the High Priestess versus the Queen of Wands. High Priestess coming out as the card from the Demons deck, and Queen of Wands coming out as the card for the Angels deck. Whoa, what is going on here? Okay, so the High Priestess card says, teaches art and science, knows the secret thoughts of all and can change them, shows visions of the world. And I have this overwhelming feeling right now with this card. I think for many of you, this is talking about a particular person as well as a part of yourself, but I think it's also talking on a global scale in a larger context, that there's an energy out and about that is shifting people's mindsets about things. You know, knows the secret thoughts of all and can change them. Like, I feel nervous even saying it. And, this is the High Priestess, right? So this is a larger energy force against the Queen of Wands. Now, the Queen of Wands gets a bad rap in tarot all the time, but she's actually the public defender. In the Urban Tarot, I don't have it handy, but the Urban Tarot, she is called the public defender. The Queen of Wands is highly popular and respected because she takes action. And so I'm really seeing this as like the people versus the state, or the people versus a higher power, or you versus someone who you feel has a lot of control over your life at this point. This message is big, and I feel like it's operating on multi-layers here. Now, the Queen of Wands card says the hidden God, and right under here. And then it says divine power guards against mental troubles. So we have one card saying that there's, a power, a force out here, and it can be yourself too, okay? So don't get all freaked out, I'm not trying to scare anybody, right? But if you are scared, then you need to ask yourself, why am I triggered right now? Why am I scared? What is that about even, right? Okay, so knows the secret thoughts of all and can change them. And then this one, guards against mental troubles. Okay, those aren't even the first cards I pulled. I'm going to pull some more, on camera, but the first ones that came out, I used the Rider-Waite, and I got the Four of Pentacles with the Ten of Wands in reverse, something needing to be dropped, a weight that you've been shouldering, something you've been carrying with you. It's become a comfort to you, perhaps a little bit of a security. This could be a person, it could be a relationship, it could be a feeling, it could be an attachment to something, it could be a location you're living in, a lifestyle. And with these bigger cards, it could be a perspective you have on the world, or just, in general. So there's something that you need to let go of, some kind of security blanket, because it's not serving you anymore. It's making life more difficult. And what came out with those, the Tower and Judgment. And I just heard it's Judgment Day, baby. Yeah, I don't know, guys. This feels a lot bigger than a relationship problem or connection. It could be. We're going to see what other cards come out, but there is a clash of forces happening at this time. And you know what? It's really interesting because while these are opposed, angels and demons, while they're opposed, on either side of these cards here, and they're the forces, because I asked, okay, what is the collective, what's the challenge the collective is facing? And I heard this, I saw this, I heard it too. Maybe you're going to hear something. Knows the secret thoughts of all and can change them. It's like someone's hearing your thoughts or something like that. And again, I'm not trying to freak you out. I'm just talking like metaphorically. So take it as you will, right? I mean, it's your reading. You decide how you want to interpret it. Always, Okay, and then the Queen of Wands. I see them actually as complementary cards. Queen of Wands with the High Priestess, that's high magic. That's really powerful, extremely powerful. And I see these cards typically in the Rider-Waite as very compatible, you know? It sort of reminds me of the relationship between the Queen of Pentacles and the Empress. So there's something here where it's like these forces want to work together, but right now they're being pushed apart, you know, by this middle shit, this middle spread of cards here. I don't know, guys, what's going on. I'm going to light this and shuffle the cards, and we're going to see if we can clarify some of what this message is about. But I really keep getting stuck on the knows the secret thoughts of all and can change them. It's almost like, I don't know, someone playing on somebody's weakness. You know, I know how this person thinks. I know how this person operates. So I'm going to play on those emotions or those thoughts so that I can shift them and change them in a way that is going to be a challenge for you, for the collective. But it also seems to be a necessary challenge because it's going to release this. Okay, let me see if I can articulate what I'm feeling. There's different levels happening here. So it's like there's a negative energy around, I wanted to say us, okay, around us, the collective, or you personally, that wants to influence you in some regard. This influence, however, is for your benefit, which is why the universe is allowing it to happen. It's going to create some kind of tower moment that allows you to start fresh, but it's more of like a, well, I heard night wish, okay? Like a revolutionary night wish. I don't know what that means. I have no idea what night wish means. And it's really asking you, like, it's like, the message is like, what are you made of? Okay, let's shuffle these cards. Okay, let's see. What are we made of? Thank you again, everybody, for all your support and donations. Like, I'm so grateful, truly. Those of you who email me and don't email about readings, I don't answer them because that's not something I really want to do with this channel. So just know that that's nothing personal. What else did I want to say quickly? I think that's it. I'm really grateful for all of your support. And also the channel's growing, which is great, but I'm enjoying doing these daily readings quite a bit because the views are lower than, well, some of my videos have low views, but these ones tend to have low views too. And I enjoy that because it's bringing in the people I feel I'm connecting with in a really positive way. So I feel as though I'm very happy for this channel to grow at a slow pace and get the people who belong here in this space that resonate with me and I resonate with them, rather than have it like, you know, just attract everybody. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that, those channels, but obviously the way I am, I'm not everyone's cup of tea. All right. Okay. Speaking of. All right, let's get these cards out. What is going on? I want to say War of the Worlds. Okay, let's find out more, Spirit, about the High Priestess. The Queen of Wands in reverse. Okay, this is this High Priestess energy. You know, and the High Priestess is Persephone. She went to the underworld. She knows a lot of shit. She knows how to plant the seeds of the pomegranate, right? So she knows how to do things to turn the Queen of Wands upside down, to knock her off her game. What is going on, Spirit? Tell me more about this Queen of Wands. This is a strange one, guys. The Queen of Pentacles, after I mentioned her, and now she's in the reverse. And this kind of reminds me of yesterday's reading when I said it's something about the feminine energy that's at stake at this point of time. And we have a lot of feminine energy out here. Seven of Wands in reverse, not being able to defend oneself, with death in reverse, because this High Priestess energy doesn't want something to end and transform. Somebody's sense of security, or the collective sense of security. Okay, let's get one more and then I'll move to the Tower. What is this, Spirit? Nine of Wands. I just had to check to see if all the cards are reversed because I don't know what's going on, but I see the Nine of Swords sticking out here with the World in reverse. There's some kind of cycle here that hasn't been closed out. And again, we could be talking on a very personal level, or we could be talking, I heard, globally, or both. And then I heard, well, it was weird because the saying is act locally, think globally, but I heard it in reverse. I heard think locally, act globally. I don't really know what that means. So maybe it's something that's happening globally. That's it. Something that's happening globally is affecting your thoughts, right? Can change one's thoughts, knows the secrets and thoughts of all. So it's like something globally, and we all know what's going on, and I don't want to get into any political debates here. That's not what this channel is about. But this is the message. I'm here to deliver it. And of course, those messages would come through me since I am involved in that kind of stuff on my day-to-day life. You know, it's like, okay, let's not go there, but it's like, and 71, the number 17 and 71 has been coming up for me quite a bit. So it's something about, something globally happening that's changing your thoughts. And we know this, right? We know, okay, that it's happening. But when Spirit was saying to me, you know, act globally, think locally, it's a confirming that message that there's something, your actions and how they participate in a larger framework or a larger scale globally. And we could also be talking about, you know, translate this as you need to on it in a different context. You know, this could be your workplace or it could be your friendships. It's probably both things going on at the same time. You know, how we act on the world stage or in concert, I heard, with the world is how our thoughts are locally being messed with in some way. Okay, so I'm really not trying to get into any conversations about that, okay? Maybe, I don't know, maybe I should close the comments on that. I don't know. Nah, whatever. We'll see what happens. But having your guard down, not wanting to fight anymore. What? Loss of security. Okay, I'm going to put this back in. Now let's see what the Tower's about here. Okay, so we've established, right, with the High Priestess, that what we're talking about here is some larger force. And this could be a force between you and a person, but some larger force is operating to have you have your guard down, not stand up for yourself, not take action, feel insecure, like unable to fight for yourself, not being able to transform. But that is somehow coming in to release you from something you've been holding on to, some kind of comfort that you have. It's releasing you from that. Okay, and so now let's find out what the angels are saying over here with the Queen of Wands and the upright, Judgment and the Tower. Because I am seeing this coming from the angels. Or, you know, the, you know, what do you want to call it? The higher self or the collective good or something. Yeah, the angels, okay? The angels. Temperance. All right, the angels. Okay, well, I have this urge to put these cards back in. So I'm going to put these cards back in. There's that Nine of Swords again. And we'll see what happens here. So interesting. Act globally, think locally. Well, I guess the message is also about, you know, the thoughts that you have just about yourself have an energetic ripple effect, you know, onto what happens globally, or the way you perceive the world, or the way you interact with the world. And again, I'm seeing I don't know if I mentioned this already. I don't think I did, but I'm seeing like an earthworm going through some soil with a little plant growing. It's just like a little bud, you know, just one little plant growing. And that worm is feeding off the soil. Like, it's a whole ecosystem, right? I mean, they all need each other, but the worm is disproportional to the size of that little bud. There's something underneath that's threatening the life of something that's trying to grow. Guys, I don't know. This is abstract. I like it though, because I don't know what we're touching on here. I don't know what we've tapped into, what Spirit's allowing us to see. Yeah, I was just going to say something that maybe we're not really supposed to see. I don't know. But look, yeah, here's the moon. Okay. Let's find out about this tower. I don't think this is going to be a long one. The star with the Ace of Swords. The truth, the clarity about hope and regeneration. The star comes after the tower. See, this is what I'm saying. Guys, like, I think this could be like some kind of massive revolution. I'm not going to lie here. Like, I'm feeling that. I don't know the time frame though. Maybe I'll ask if we can get something. And if it's not, you know, on a like a world scale or national even, then it's within you. There's some massive revolution happening within your soul, which will have an effect either way, right? Like, the individual is not separate from the collective. We operate in tandem. So whatever happens on a global stage, revolution or not, whatever, it's going to affect your psyche in some way. Even if you don't subscribe to that revolution that's going on, your awareness of it, and even your not awareness of it, your the energetic radiation of those, you know, the energies that puts out affects you ultimately. I mean, look at how much has happened, you know, since we've had to be like in lockdown or in our houses, you know, social distance and all that. A lot has changed in terms of the way people are thinking and feeling about themselves and their social relationships. Never mind the world for a second, but just about themselves. There's a lot of time here to reflect on what's important to yourself, how what's the word I'm hearing? It's not resilient, but it's resounding, maybe. That's what I'm hearing. You know, it's like, can you be alone on your own? How much do you enjoy your own company? I don't know. It's all these questions, okay? There's something weird here going on, though, with those. I feel like this is the High Priestess sidetracking me from the message, actually. Yeah. It's like this time period that we're in, this very strange time period, which has been life-altering for me. I've had massive changes in this time period. Like, massive. And this space has allowed me to transform in ways I don't think I would have been able to, okay? But that's not the point. Although there is something to think about in there. It's like, what have you been doing with this time, really? Is there a way you can think about it positively if you feel negative about, you know, your context? But see, I just got sidetracked here by focusing on on the individual, like, you know, talking about myself to relay a message to you, brought it from this larger message down back into the individual, which I feel is what the High Priestess energy is trying to do, because in that sense, we talk about our thoughts, you know? There's something about thoughts, being careful about your thoughts, you know, and putting them out there and allowing energies to know, well, the secrets, but they're not really secrets. They're more, I'm hearing idiosyncrasies. Guys, I don't know. I hope this is I know it's not making sense, but maybe that's the point. This message needs not to make sense in some way. It's kind of like, I feel like a little paranormal about it. It's interesting. Okay, what's that card there? Oh my God, I held the deck and I could feel the card in my hand, just like, I cut it. It's the Queen of Wands in reverse. All right. Yeah, so I got sidetracked here about this larger message about truth, regeneration, hope, coming after a Tower moment. All right, the Chariot. I don't even know what to ask, guys. What's this Tower? Like, what is it going to look like? You know, when whatever scale we're talking about here. Maybe the message has something to do with not being so fucking self-concerned and self-involved, you know? Remembering that there's a world outside of yourself. My back's like extremely hurting and I've been fine, you know? It's like a need to release our own shit so that we can deal with the bigger issues going on around us that ultimately affect us anyways. Getting out of our own way so that we can act in the world with integrity and not walk around carrying this, you know, drama or weight on our shoulders about what we need, how our security blankets and so forth. Also, this is a side note, and I love reading all your comments, and some of the comments though, and I'm really honored that you feel like this is a safe enough space to share your stories. But I do just want to say a little bit of a warning here about commenting and giving too much information on your story. You know, you just don't know who's reading it, right? And you just have to be careful to protect those thoughts and energies about your own pain. I mean, sure, express it, absolutely, but just do it consciously, mindfully, because you don't want the wrong person coming across your story and taking advantage of you. And I don't know where this is coming from, but it's a message to someone about I heard fake interaction, fake friendship. It could not, maybe it's not my channel, maybe it's another channel, okay? There's something about guarding those, because again, knows the secret thoughts of all and can change them. Now, I guess some of our thoughts, we want to be changed, right? But you want to change them. You don't want an outside force to change your thoughts. You want to be the one to make that change, which is why tarot should be taken as like an interpretation, because you don't want somebody else to tell you your truth. You know your truth. Your higher self knows your truth. And the messages should just be jumping off points for you to explore those deeper truths in yourself that, you know, maybe a tarot reading helps surface a little bit. But it's actually probably a good thing when a reading doesn't resonate 100%, because that 5%, 10%, 20%, whatever it is your unique space for your own thoughts, for your secrets that, you know, other people aren't privy to. It's sacred. Those parts are sacred. Weird, that message just changed. Okay, let's see. What is this tower going to look like? Oh, we got a lot. I keep seeing this card. The Four of Wands. Loss of stability and security. This could be losing a home. I heard something. Well, I did hear border wars. I heard boundaries, borders. And I'm seeing a map, guys. I'm seeing a map being redefined, like redrawn, where the borders are. Holy shit, I don't know what that's about. Okay, maybe it's a metaphor. Oh my God, guys, like you can't make this shit up. This is a big message about the Queen of Wands, like huge. This is, okay, let's talk about the Queen of Wands. She's your personal power, not gender specific. We all have, you know, this energy within us. The tarot works with archetypes, right? And motifs. And so the larger major arcana are the big archetypes that we relate to. And that's why we can all resonate with these kinds of cards, because they're in our unconscious, you know, and it depends on how far you want to go with this. But if you're interested, Carl Jung talks a lot about, you know, the unconscious, the collective unconscious, and archetypes. So that's how we can relate to those tarot cards, okay? Because we recognize them as like they're primordial. We're familiar with these stories. We know what they mean. We know what the hero archetype is. We know what the tower is, you know, the devil, all of these things. They bring up a lot of associations for us. The minor arcana are motifs, like different stories that we've come across in our life. Also kind of archetypal, right? So we relate to all of these cards, or at least that's the idea of the tarot, that we can relate to all of these different archetypes, motifs, storylines, because they're in our unconscious, collective unconscious. Oh boy, I don't know why I'm getting this. These are interesting readings. So it's like, well, it's like bringing out your unconscious beliefs into your conscious awareness so you can deal with things that you're not looking at. Okay, and so a tarot reader taps into the energy of the collective unconscious to bring out those kinds of feelings that we are already aware of, but we're not looking at consciously. Okay, I don't know where this is coming, but the point is we all have a Queen of Wands within us. So the Queen of Wands within us. Well, I heard Game of Thrones. What's her name? Daenerys Targaryen. That's her name, right? Dragon Lady. This is her. She goes after what she wants. She's magical. She does it for her people. She wants things to grow, and she takes action. She's highly intuitive with this black cat here. And not just her own intuition, like the Queen of Cups works with her own intuition, but the Queen of Wands works with the intuition of those around her, her familiars, other energies around her. So the Queen of Wands can intuitively pick up what's going on in the environment and then act on it in a way that serves the greater good. So in the reverse, this is not being able to see something, not being able to act on it, or having the collective intuition all messed up so that you can't pick up on what's actually going on, so that you can't act properly. That's coming out with the Hangman. So the Hangman is about gaining a new perspective. It's actually a reference to Odin hanging on the tree. So it is about gaining new knowledge, but it's also a massive sacrifice, right? Like you have to sacrifice a lot of time. You know, you're hanging there for a long time. 12 days, 12 years, whatever you like, right? But you ultimately do gain a new perspective because you've sacrificed something. Five of Swords, well, I'm sure we kind of know what this is, but I feel like this message, if you're still here, good for you. Okay. And I feel like this message is telling us not to get so caught up in our own individual crap and our own shit. Like, stop being so fucking selfish, everyone. Like, not saying you, but everybody, right? So self-involved to the point where we're sacrificing our connections with one another. And this is definitely happening within partnerships and love interests and workplace, but also, you know, on a bigger scale. So there's an energy that's distracting or fucking with the collective's intuition. I'm hearing symbols and signs being something that you need to pay attention to. Like logos. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Okay. Tell me about, well, I didn't say anything, but we have the King of Wands in the reverse with the Page of Pentacles. There's something useless going on, right? Like this Page of Pentacles wants to begin something, wants to do it with good intentions, but and he's offering it to this King of Wands who has his back turned, right? The king's not looking at the page like that, but has his back turned. So it's like making an offer to something or someone, a part of ourselves or someone outside of ourselves, or even a concept that just doesn't give a shit, isn't willing to listen, isn't willing to hear the truth. I heard echo chamber. It's like, you know, speaking into an echo chamber rather than actually getting through to someone. You're just hearing yourself over and over. Weird. Tarot's a little bit of an echo chamber, too. I just had to say that. Look at this. The moon with the Page of Swords. It's like finding out the truth, learning the truth of a situation, the past, or who we are and who we're not. Okay. I don't think I can keep going here because I don't even know... well, really, how to turn this into a comprehensive narrative or an articulated narrative. It's more just, guys. That's the energy. Guys, what's going on here? Maybe you can fill in the blanks, right? What's your take on this? I heard can of worms. There's something that definitely we need to stop putting work into. There's something that we need to stop offering to someone, something, a part of ourselves, whatever it is, a masculine energy that we need to stop giving to. And I don't mean like a man. I mean someone or something we're expecting to do something for us, rather than taking the action ourselves. All right, last card. I'm going to get an oracle because I don't know what else to fucking say here. Okay, so we're going to get a clarification on this Queen of Wands, please. Clarification on this Queen of Wands. So many. Oh my God. High Priestess in the upright with the Queen of Wands. See, I told you they go together. Ace of Pentacles. So it's like getting to see clearly the knowledge being used. I heard, I was going to say exposed, but then I heard used. The knowledge, your inner knowledge, the secret knowledge, your inner high priestess and the collective's high priestess, our intuition, our knowing, because we've been in the dark, in the depths, and the bullshit all of that, knowing all of that and using it to create something new rather than just ruminating on ourselves and being so self-concerned about, you know, I heard Tom, Dick, and Sally, and it should be Harry, right? I don't know. But it's being so concerned about individual things, and it doesn't matter. We're missing the larger picture because we're concentrating so much on ourselves and our own sorrows that do matter. They do. But we need to act in a bigger way. I think we just got bitch slapped a little bit by spirit. Like, what are we doing, guys? Right. What oracle deck do I want to get here? I saw Let Go here. We'll do this one then. Yeah, we'll do this one. Closing message, spirit. Closing message. In some way or another, it's time to act in your life, okay? I'm going to try to synthesize a little bit. It's time to act in your life, and in order to do what you need to do for yourself, resolve your own personal issues, you have to take action on a larger scale. Do something meaningful. I heard with your life, with your will, with your brain, with your energy, and allow it to trickle down into, I heard, your soul, to deal with these kinds of smaller issues. Wow, this is like the weirdest reading I've ever done for the collective. I mean, personally, I get weird readings all the time for myself. Is that a surprise to anyone? All right, let's see. Do we have a message here? Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. Okay, we have love, ground yourself, and forgiveness. Wow, these are beautiful. All feminine energy on the card, too. I like that, too, the green, how it's 2 green and red here. Let's go with love first. Love is the foundation of your existence, and you're just as worthy of receiving as you are of giving love and compassion. While love can be a beautiful emotion, it is equally a form of energy that propels you through life. Ground yourself. Being distracted, unfocused, tired, which I think this is, irritated, and impatient are all signs that you're ungrounded. And we did have the Queen of Pentacles come out. Now is the time to become centered and allow Spirit to help you ground yourself and reconnect with the divine source. Forgiveness. Holding on to resentment and anger is preventing or even suffocating your spiritual growth. Resentment is one of the strongest and most damaging of human emotions. It's so true, right? Resentment. Ugh. It's like a nasty color. I just like I see like this nasty brown mauve color when I say it, you know? It's just The act of forgiveness in its own right is equally incredibly powerful, and it has the capacity to heal and transform. Resentment. There is a lot of resentment right now in the world towards towards others, but you know, when we resent others, there's something about ourselves that we resent. And this is like, remember that little plant thing I was saying? There was this worm and all this stuff. Well, here's that plant thing grown into a tree, you know, stable, secure, giving off life, oxygen. And it's on her back. And my back is still kind of hurting. But it's like, well, I always talk about forgiveness making you stronger, you know, and allowing you to move past energy that's just dragging you down, okay, and allowing, you know, other people to get into your thoughts. Turn to love and get rid of resentment. whatever you can do to avoid resentment. Well, what you can not avoid, avoid's the wrong word, work through resentment. Working through resentment is hard. It's ugly. Because when you work through resentment, you start to see the things you resent in yourself. All right, guys, 40 minutes. Wow. I hope that was just as entertaining to you as it was to me, really. I'll see you next time.